Hello everyone, I'm Easy, this is Cujo, and welcome to the Easy Cujo Fitness Channel.
Yes, yes, yes. And today we have another immaculate show for you. Alright, so we are going to focus on a muscle that is very neglected in the human body. Now there are many, but we are going to focus on one today, which is the hamstrings, a very neglected muscle.
It's important, super important. If you neglect that muscle, you end up with some serious muscle imbalance. People are focusing on their quads all the time. Hamstrings and glutes are extremely important. It balances out the leg, and it can also contribute to back pain, back issue, posture problems, tightness, and all kinds of good stuff. So focusing, strengthening the hamstring is extremely important. Don't neglect.
Do not. Flexibility is a key when it comes to the hamstrings. If you want to be able to bend over and touch the floor, you can't without hamstrings, alright? So keep them nice and relaxed, stretched out. And let's go ahead and get into the show, guys. Alright guys, Cujo here, and I'm going to show you an exercise that most people don't even think of, but is actually really good, especially if you can keep your balance by yourself, so you're using more stabilizing muscles in your hamstrings. Now guys, remember, your hamstrings are a group of muscles that are really neglected in the human body. There's different points that are really neglected, and the hamstrings is a major one of those. Alright, so we're going to work those hamstrings with the Kegel. Alright, so this is the standing leg curl. Alright, with the Kegel. So I'm going to pull my pants leg up a little bit, show you how the hamstring gets engaged into this workout. Right there. Alright, so what I would do for this one, I would lean forward, kind of keep this leg back, and try to keep it positioned to where it barely moves. So you don't want to be moving your leg and kicking back like this. Alright? You use lightweight with this, because if you use heavyweight, most likely you're going to struggle and your form's going to look awful. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this exercise. And I'm going to show you what I do with the standing cable leg curl. Alright guys, so while you're doing these kind of movements, it's an individual movement, so like I said, more muscles are activated, more stabilization has to come in, and it's ultimately a better all-rounded exercise for you to do. Alright, so we're going to get into the next one, and Easy's going to show you how to do that.
Hello everyone, Easy here, and I'm going to be performing the straight leg deadlift. Now, sometimes you'll see someone performing a straight leg deadlift with a Olympic size 45-pound bar. Some people may find that intimidating. So this movement can be performed just as well with dumbbells. And in some cases, when you do use the dumbbells, you'll find that if you switch back and forth between the bar and the dumbbells, you'll find that you have a little bit more room to play with the dumbbells, because it's not so constricted. But key points when you're performing a straight leg deadlift, make sure your feet are anywhere from pretty much directly together to shoulder width. That's the range that I feel it the most. Now, if you feel better, if you can get your feet way out wide and you feel it there too, that's perfectly fine, whatever works for you. But for me, it's the feet either playing together or about shoulder width apart. For today's demonstration, I'm going to be doing pretty much directly under my hips for the width. Now, when you grab that weight, you want to make sure that look out forward, look out front of you, don't look down, because this right here kind of promotes a rounded back. You don't want that. You want a flat back throughout the entire movement. And it's basically self-expansion. Straight leg, deadlift. So you go straight down, keeping your back flat, and you try to kick your butt out down until you feel a good pull, a good stretch in the hamstrings, and then return to the start. Down until you feel a good stretch in the hamstrings, and then back to the start. And just wrap it out. With this movement, you definitely want to use control, because it kind of puts your hamstrings in somewhat of a vulnerable position because you're stretching so far out. Also, the lower back gets engaged too throughout the entire movement. So, be very careful with this. Move slowly. Don't go macho man and use a bunch of weight, because you don't need much. See, if you start to do it, you start to move, it's not very long before those hamstrings and that lower back catches on fire. Feel that you're working. There you have it. Straight leg dip.
Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that show. We hit those hammies and we hit them good.
We did, I believe, because I feel it, and I hope you feel it after you get done with those 2 hamstring movements.
Yes. Now remember, the hamstring is a neglected muscle, so try to work it out just as much as you work your quads out, so you don't have muscle imbalancement and you're not pulling your hamstrings running down the road to catch a dollar bill that you thought you saw that was connected to a string.
Exactly. You just got pranked into pulling your hamstring because you didn't work them.
Exactly. Now, we're going to end this so you can have an awesome day. And as always,
Comment, subscribe,
like.
dislike.
Remember, if dislike, we'll know who you are. We'll